Hi everyone, this is Tyler Wilton. I worked with both of the teams on the sprint, but one of the big things that I did with Ryan at the end was create some deliverables. One being kind of the sheet here that shows exactly what both teams are supposed to do, and then the other thing being the product roadmap updated for what we have and what we have done. So first, we'll move on to the deliverables chart. It splits it up into two teams, design and AR. The orange block is their goals, like their big goals, and the gray blocks below are kind of like the sub goals of that, what they're trying to accomplish in general. I'll let them specifically go over exactly what they have and haven't accomplished later on in their portion of the video. Moving on, we also did the product roadmap. So this, we had it before, but it's updated now to focus more on what we are actually trying to achieve throughout the next sprints. As you can see where we're at here, we finished coding the basic skeleton of the app, which was our big goal. And as you move down through all the different feature additions, architecture upgrades, communication events, and release goals, most of these were achieved. Once again, something we will discuss at length in a little bit. And then we're going to keep the product roadmap up on screen to read through this fully. I'm not going to read through all of them, but the biggest thing was we had updated the sprint goals of each sprint to better show what we're actually trying to achieve now that we've had more meetings with our product owner and now that we've discovered more about what we know we can and cannot accomplish.
Hello, my name is Kader Gelashvili, and me and Ryan Wilson in this sprint we have implemented some of the UI features that we have designed during sprint 1. So in this sprint we are not able to achieve our sprint goal because some of the UI features, specifically Google Maps feature, took us a lot longer than we expected. So we are using in our app, we are using Google Places, Google Maps, Google Places, and Google Directions API that we have installed using pod files. This is our view controller file, which controls how our application looks like on the screen. We have decided not to use search bar anymore because our app is essentially not a navigation app. It is created specifically for some West Point places, so we don't really need any other place in the world. We just have to navigate to some hotspots around the West Point. So instead, we decided to create an array of destinations, more specifically an array of hotspots, our own class that will have the specific information about that place, and we will just navigate. User will have an option to navigate to those places. So in sprint 1 we have designed West Point specific Google Maps view that had West Point specific coloring in it. So in this sprint we just used the JSON file that we generated in the last sprint and integrated into our app. So our Google Maps looks like the one that we have, looks in the way that we have envisioned in the last sprint. So this is the next hotspot function, which allows user to navigate between the hotspots in our array. There is a button in our app that does that, and the next hotspot function is connected to it. And the next function is the draw path function, which essentially draws the path from your location to the current hotspot, so the one that we are trying to go to, the user tries to go to. So the way that the draw path function accomplishes it is it generates the URL for Google Maps with some different parameters. One of them is origin, such as origin, destination, and you can also specify many other specific parameters. In this case, we just have the transportation mode to be a walking. So we assume that nobody's going to try to navigate to our hotspots from New York or anything like that. It's got to be somewhere around the West Point. But we can easily change that in any case. So then we send the URL request to the Google Maps website, which sends us the JSON file with the specified information, with the specific information. We pass to that JSON file and we draw the specific path on the map, and the draw function just executes that thing when we press the button. So let's see how this thing looks in reality. So right now we'll simulate our app in iPhone 6s. So since we are using this app in the Mac right now, it does not have all the location features. So when we press the recent button, it does not really take us anywhere because it's not allowed to do here. So yeah, in here we have specified the default value in that for that instance to be the grand turnaround. So as we can see, when we press the next button, it will show up the first destination in our array, which is US Academy Library. And then when we press the navigate button, it will draw the path starting from the grand turnaround, our default location. If for some reason the location is not available, which in this case is the Mac's fault, it will draw the path to that destination. We can go to the next hotspot, which is Great Chain, and we can navigate to that Great Chain, which also starts from the grand turnaround. And then the next one, which is our last hotspot, is Cadet Chapel. We can navigate to that one too, and when we press next button, the array will start all over again. So we'll have a specific amount of arrays in there. This completes our presentation. Thank you for your time.